Just starting with how businesses are going over there, tourism businesses. We've had JobKeeper propping up things here in Australia. How is tourism faring in New Zealand?
It's been pretty difficult. Our wage subsidy ended back in about September or October last year. So we haven't had the same level of JobKeeper support that you've seen over there. That has meant a lot of jobs have gone. Many of our tourism businesses are a much smaller business than they used to be. Often the owner-operator is keeping the business ticking over, but all the staff have left. Domestic has done its job. New Zealanders have got out, seen their own country, and that's been really appreciated by our operators. But it's not the same as having visitors from overseas. So people have been hanging on by their fingernails for the Australians to come back. So there was a lot of smiles on faces yesterday when this announcement was made.
So start off with a spruik, if you like. What should Australians go to see in Aotearoa?
Look, there's really an opportunity immediately to go anywhere in New Zealand. We're in the autumn season. The autumn colours are fantastic. So anywhere from Northland down to Southland is a good opportunity. The wineries are always a great choice to go, but also a city visit. But we expect that most of the Australians coming over at the moment are going to be wanting to visit friends and family. That's going to be the key driver for now. They're going to want to connect with people they haven't been able to see for the last year or longer. We know all the stories of the grandparents who haven't seen the new grandkids, even husbands and wives who have been separated this whole time. So that's going to be the real driver at the moment. So come over, visit friends and family, and do a bit of a road trip around the place. That's what we'd like to see. Longer term, of course, Australians love New Zealand ski fields, and that's going to be the big prize for us. Have this trans-Tasman bubble working effectively, showing everyone that it's safe to travel, and then fill up those ski fields come June, July, August with all those mad keen snowboarders and skiers.
Well, I mean, yeah, you've got a lot of restless Australians keen to see other parts of the world, but is it hard to have a lot of confidence about this announcement? We've got New Zealand's elimination strategy for COVID-19. You must be worried that if there's a case and the borders are suddenly slammed shut to, say, to Queensland or Victoria, people lose confidence in this as an option.
Look, I think it seems almost inevitable, given the track record, that there will be some sort of community transmission outbreak in either Australia and New Zealand in the coming months. I mean, most recently just in Brisbane the other day. So I think where the confidence for the travelling public and the governments lies is how well both countries are dealing with those outbreaks now. There's an immediate lockdown, get on top of it and deal with the problem very quickly. For the traveller, that means you might be required to extend your holiday a few days, which is not the worst thing to happen to you. Of course, there's the possibility of something worse happening, and so it is traveller beware. So that will make some travellers cautious. But if you understand that if you're coming to New Zealand, if there's a community transmission outbreak and you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time, your stay here might be extended. The Australian government might require you to stay a few days longer in New Zealand, take a test, prove that you're clear before they let you back into Australia. So just people need to be aware of this is not yet a normal travel situation.
Are you hoping, though? I mean, that's one aspect, and for some people it might be quite inconvenient with work. For others, it might be okay. But if you're sitting in Melbourne, there's a couple of cases, and the New Zealand government thinks, well, this is too much for us, that in that circumstance, someone having a trip that's already booked might at least be able to get a negative test and travel and avoid quarantine, because nobody's going to travel on holiday with quarantine at the start of it.
No, that's right. Well, the government here announced yesterday was a traffic light system in response to any concerns. So, if there's just one case and it can be linked back to the border, then the green light stays on. They're not going to put any restrictions on. If there's a few more cases and they haven't yet been able to link to where those cases have come from, they might go to amber and prevent travel into a particular location. And then the red light comes on if it's a bigger problem. So I think the intention is to be as targeted with the restrictions as possible. So if you're over here from Australia and you're in the South Island and there's a case in Auckland, well, there's no impact on you whatsoever. You won't face any restrictions. If you happen to be in the location where the community transmission has happened, then the situation might be different. So, again, as I say, it's traveller beware. We would all hope that we are all, and this is on all of us, this is on the travellers and the local residents, to all keep doing what we have been doing with our hygiene and our tracing. If we all do this together, then the travel will be safe. And the whole world's watching this. If we can show that this can be done safely, this is going to be a great example for the rest of the globe.
Well, it might take some political bravery as well. We'll see if that holds up, but we appreciate your time and all the best for the industry. Chris Roberts.
Thank you.